right, everybody, welcome back to the Fast and Slow podcast. I'm your host, Nick. With me, as always, is Nate, and we're here to catch up in the garage. What's up, Nate?
What's going on? How are you?
Good, man. I might be in the slow department this week. The past 2 weeks, I've not really done any car projects other than a
Oh
picture
man,
I got taken with my Air Force team, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, otherwise, man, it's we're moving houses on the market, and that's basically been taking up all my time. What about you?
game on. I know that's stressful, but do you find yourself like daydreaming about the next garage?
I do. There's you know, we've been looking at houses virtually. Our realtor's been at in Illinois has been walking through homes and stuff, and there's been a handful of three-car garages, but like we right now there's been not the one that I can just like justify spending
Are you
top
are you going to try
top end of
for
the
a three
budget.
car?
We are, yeah. Most of them are mid to top of what we want to spend.
Yeah,
So it is very feasible. And they're like,
yeah.
it's like the average, I think, is like 33 feet wide by 24 deep,
Yeah.
25 deep, which is, yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Like
that's pretty
this,
big.
yeah, this is like 19 by 20.
Yeah,
So, I barely have enough room in the front, no room on the side. Uh, and the cool part is like all the houses out there have
yeah.
basements. Here in South Georgia, there's none.
No
We're
basements.
It's all slab houses because we're like
The
right next to the water.
that's a good combination to have a basement and a three car because hopefully the basement can be the majority of your like household storage that
Hmm
you would rather not have in the garage.
It'll either have a shed or we'll put in a shed, and so all the
Okay.
outdoor equipment will go there too.
Yeah,
So I've
that
said
would
it
be
before
nice.
here. I'm fighting lawn equipment and basement stuff, and a hobby that is very expensive.
It, yeah, you just need to kick the wife's garage or kick the wife's car out of there.
Yeah, I know. Although, dude, it kind of looks good in the shop back there. I want to put coilovers on that thing so bad. I mean, you just drop it like you can see
Get rid of that
get
massive gap you have there.
yeah. I A couple days ago I put it in sport mode because long story short, I had to take it to work and I was running late. And I was like, well, man, this thing's got paddle shifters. It's got a sport mode. And I looked it up and it tightens the steering. It
Really?
changes it changes the damping of the shocks, changes your shift points,
Oh
and you
my
paddle
gosh.
shift. So, dude, put that on freaking coilovers and take it to the track, take it to the course.
I wonder how if you'd probably be in for an expensive coilover kit if you wanted it to play nice with your adjustable dampeners for sport mode.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. There'd be some trade-off. But as is, I mean, yeah, it's kind of
That's a
fun.
little, isn't it a little over? It's a pilot, right?
Yeah, it's pilot. Like,
Like the to adjust the dampening on your seems a little overkill for
yeah,
pilot, but
I don't know, but it
what do
actually
I know?
works.
I
It's
guess probably that's the
or
more surprising part is every car I've ever had that had like multiple modes, it seemed like they only noticed like maybe shift points maybe changed.
yeah, yeah, it's very noticeable on the shift point change. Although I guess it is noticeable if you don't do the paddle shifter, but the paddles obviously you do it yourself. Um, but it's the steering. I was shocked. Like it has some sort of valving. I'm assuming, you
Or
know,
it's probably electric. You probably have
or
electric
like a
steering.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, so
And
that's
it
even
changes the
probably
like
easier.
gain.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like
So when you
for every
good,
degree of steering wheel input, it normally gives you X number of degrees of,
hmm
and then it just changes that ratio depending on what mode you're in.
So how does that work in a steering rack car with a? It's all geared, right?
I think it still uses power steering, and then instead of having an actual shaft that connects to the steering wheel, you've got like an encoder sensor on the steering wheel, and then like a step. Probably I'm sure it's a stepper motor on the
hmm
rack for the accuracy,
Okay, yeah,
like a
that makes
CNC
sense.
machine, same
Hmm
kind of motor.
Okay. Yeah, so all the input is the speed of that input is based on your the whatever the computer
Yeah,
calculates is the ratio. Yeah. Hmm.
which is cool because then you have that kind of thing where it's infinitely adjustable.
Yeah. Well, I
Well, to the
wonder,
engineers at Honda, anyway.
yeah, I'm sure there's not a what do you call it when you jailbreak
Yeah,
are there any jailbreak ECUs for pilots out there?
yeah. Uh,
Maybe.
maybe. I'm sure somebody, you know,
Yeah, it's the
it's always
V6,
an
so
arms
yeah.
race, and I'm sure somebody's done it
Yeah. Yeah, so
or
but
knows
no,
how to and is keeping their mouth shut.
yeah, exactly. Uh but yeah, that's pretty much been it. Just trying to move. Uh
Nice.
I for my going away gift, like in the Air Force, they always, if you leave a unit, you get a plaque, some
Hmm.
a picture of the aircraft that you supported, and everybody signs it and whatnot. And I do not like people would ask me like, well, what do you want? Like what do you want for your going away? And I think it's kind of cheesy to be like,
Yeah,
this is what I want. Like it's very selfish to say that.
yeah. We've been working together for how many years? You should know.
Yeah, well that, but also not really. So I've only worked for those people for maybe 2 to 3 years, so it's not like a ton of time.
Yeah,
But it's just it feels weird to me. Like I
yeah.
don't want to ask for a birthday party, Like that's weird. But I was like, you know what? I'll take like 2 minutes to be selfish. And I said, I want to drive my car on the Moody Air Force Base Air Park, which is where they have static displays of all the aircraft,
Aircraft, yeah.
most of the aircraft that's been stationed at Moody. Um, and I want my entire Intel team to be there. And so we're able to work with the base historian, and they were able to open the air park up, and I was able to get an A-10 and HH-60 or a helicopter, and then
Yeah.
another 130 in the background to represent all the aircraft that I supported during my time here.
Nice.
So yeah,
And you
with
did
the
a big
Camaro.
smoky burnout.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we call 10% truth.
That's
Yeah. So that was
pretty
fun.
awesome.
But
Do you
but
have,
no,
I think you've mentioned before, is there other guys you work with that are into cars?
yeah, not within my shop. You know, it's I don't want to like alienate my our audience here, but I'm an Intel officer and not a lot of Intel people like cars. So I'm kind of the
Yeah,
oddball. Uh
yeah.
I know of at least one person that listens to our show, so I won't alienate him. But but
Well, welcome to that person. We really appreciate
yeah,
it, I guess.
I got a funny story about that after this. But no, so yeah, I do have some car friends that are Air Force that are on the base, just not like who I
Yeah,
actually work with day to day.
yeah.
Um, but
I think I think we've talked about that before. That this is the first. So moving here to Ohio, this is the first place I've worked where there's been quite a few. There's a lot actually by comparison to everywhere else I've worked,
yeah,
and it's awesome. I don't like. I guess it's hard to quantify that, but um, like when the weather's nice and we're all like, we'll usually coordinate like a fun car Friday or something like that, and
yeah,
it's really cool when everybody kind of gets on the same page. And it's
hmm,
like it's not everybody that's got, you know, it ranges from like super nice, like mint condition cyclone kind of like I can't believe you drove this out today
yeah, yeah,
to like beat up like 60s Bel Air rusty kind of.
yeah.
But some of those are the most fun because like the Bel Air, it's a wagon, so it's
That's so
like
cool.
8 people can climb into that thing. So
Yeah,
even if you didn't drive your fun, like if you don't have a fun car, but you still want to partake in it, like hop in the wagon and like we'll go to lunch or something.
hmm, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but the
No,
vibe,
that's
total
cool.
like the vibe, obviously, just every day is like having a bunch of car guys around. Is it's if you're into cars, it's a dream.
It is, yeah. I There was a period of time during this assignment where I had two buddies, and dude, you get us together, all three of us, and you know, in the shop or whatever, in the office, like how the hell am I going to get anything done today?
Yeah,
Because it's this, right? It's this
yeah,
forum where we just
yeah,
talk and talk and talk and talk.
yeah. Especially if you're doing something that needs some concentration. It's like, all right, we're just gonna
Yeah.
We'll talk at lunch. We need to put boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Those are hard to keep.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, man, what's been going on with you?
not much. I don't have a whole heck of a lot either. So I guess on that note, I drove it to work on a couple Fridays ago, and it did okay, but man, the brakes are just awful. Something's
Yeah.
awful, and I don't know if it's. I'm pretty sure it has the original soft brake lines from the they go to the wheel cylinders to the hard lines.
Hmm.
They look okay. They're not cracked. They're not leaking. But I'm
Yeah.
wondering if they're not swelling when I step on the brakes, if they're the originals.
Yeah.
Or I've also been really suspicious of the master cylinder if it's leaking by. So I went ahead and bought
Hmm.
all of those things. I'm waiting on,
Okay.
they should be here tomorrow. All
Cool.
new. I wanted to get original brake lines,
Hmm.
but the only ones that I could find and that it would get here are like they're the stainless ones or whatever, which feels kind of hokey on that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
was really just shooting for OEM, but
Uh-huh.
it'll be fine. I mean, obviously they're better than stock, but it's just I didn't need the bling or the stainless braided protection, but
I mean, now you
it's
can like
there.
drive it through salt and
Yeah,
be totally fine.
I was this close to because parts for this thing are so reasonable, really, by comparison. And when I was looking online for brake parts, I stumbled across like uh, kits to convert it to discs.
Hmm.
I was this close. I was
Yeah.
like, it's really not. I mean, by comparison, it's not all that much money. But I was like, nah, I'll wait. It'll probably
Yeah.
happen someday, but for now, I'm trying to just enjoy it without making it too much of a money. I'm not going to use the
Hmm.
word a money pit because I love it and it's great,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to focus on what's really important. And right now, no matter how hard I stand on the brakes, could never get them to lock up, never.
Okay.
And it's sketchy. So driving it to work it was doable, but I
Sure.
was definitely engine braking and had my hand near the e-brake.
Hmm. Did you get the wheel cylinders too? Or are you gonna start with the
I'm gonna start with the lines
okay.
and the master cylinder. I did
Yeah.
see there was definitely fluid on the master cylinder, but it didn't seem like brake fluid. I've never noticed
Okay.
it. I've never noticed fluid on the ground or underneath it, and I've never noticed it being low or leaving the line
Hmm.
from the fill point.
Yeah.
But there was definite fluid all over the master cylinder. I don't know if it was brake fluid or if it. The only thing right there is the steering rack, so I don't know. The rack at best, since it's manual steering, would just be grease.
Hmm.
So is it grease on it? I don't know. It
Could be.
was
Like
hard to
where's
see, but
is there a belt that's close? It's slinging fluid and stuff.
mm-mm.
No. Is that all in the back too? Like the master cylinder, or is well, I guess you
No,
said
it's in the
the
front.
steering's up front. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
and it's all manual. Like there's no booster, there's no ABS. Obviously, it's all manual steering, manual brakes.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll get a better look when I tear out the master cylinder,
Yeah.
and it's gonna get replaced no matter what. It looked
Yeah.
cruddy, and it was definitely coated in some sort of oil or grease. So
Yeah. Yeah, and then you start eliminating fail points and
yeah,
figure it out.
it's yeah. I'm going. Like I said, the previous owner drove it a little bit, but honestly, not much. Like
Hmm.
that was the reason probably he sold it. Was he had another car that I think he enjoyed more and wanted to cater to that, and so
Yeah.
it sat a lot, and a lot of the parts are original. The tires were you know the same tires on it since I think middle of mid '80s.
Yeah.
So
Well, at least you're driving it, man. Like, you
yeah,
know,
well, that's what I
at
was
will
thinking the
too.
other day. I'm probably finding stuff that he never encountered, never found out.
Yeah. I mean, and almost like repetition on some of those parts, you're either going to determine if they're still reliable or like sometimes you can't figure out failure points until you use them, multiple times.
Yeah,
So not that you want to get in that situation where like your foot goes to the floor because you're master cylinder brakes, but um, yeah, just driving it, I think that it'll naturally shake itself down.
Yeah.
So,
The tune up though and the carb and all that seems pretty good. The again, like maybe next year, I need to keep working on the distributor. I think the timing's where it's going to be,
mhm.
but I don't know if I mentioned before that there's no vacuum advance on that distributor. It's just mechanical advance,
Okay.
which I guess I didn't fully appreciate it until now that I think the carburetor is in better shape.
Hmm.
It's daily driving it like that. It's fine. It works,
Yeah.
but not having that mechanical advance makes the drivability a little bit less, especially like low load, low RPM, or maybe probably more a low RPM, higher load, like
Hmm.
pulling away from a green light or something like that.
Yeah.
The timing's fixed to RPM, so you don't have
Hmm.
that. I think you're leaving a lot of that lower oomph
Mm.
behind.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
probably early. I'm gonna drive. I think I'm gonna try and keep driving it like this for this year. That might be a project for next year is to put a mechanic or a distributor with vacuum
Hmm.
on it. Um,
Yeah. That part I don't quite understand. I mean, I understand advance and retarding the timing, but like on my car, I've never had. It's got a vacuum advance ability. There's the diaphragm, but we
yeah.
cap it off, and I've just never run vacuum advance. It's always,
Oh, really?
mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. It's more. I mean, you're in your case, and I've talked to my dad a bunch about this, and maybe somebody will correct me on it, but I think it's more of a efficiency. To your point, I mean, if you're pulling off of, daily
yeah.
driving and you're coming from a stop, I think it's an efficiency thing is where you're potentially gaining
Right.
benefits. From my point of view, I've run really well racing, and I haven't
Yeah.
seen a need to be like, I don't know what would actually happen if I use the vacuum advance. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I guess if you're doing like for drag racing or something like that, if you're doing wide open throttle, then yeah, forget it. You're probably not dealing with much vacuum anyway.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I need to maybe do a little more research, but at the same time, like eventually sniper EFI. So
Yeah. And the electronic ignition.
yeah, yeah. That thing's easy from what I understand. Like you basically just stab in the distributor at TDC, uh, and then it's all electric timing control from there. So you don't move the distributor on the sniper. You control it on the
Oh, it's all,
computer.
yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
more a little left, a little right.
no more, yeah. Yeah. Which
By hearing, of course.
oh yeah. And we've talked about that last time. Like it's magic. I don't get it.
Yeah. On the pedal car front has been kind of slow, although I did today at lunch. My son's birthday is at the end of July, and I'd like to have it done with the exception of maybe some tiny, hopefully unnoticeable details. But it occurred to me that's only like 6 weeks away,
Yeah.
maybe 7 weeks away. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a lot of thinking, I promise, and that's the hard part.
Yeah.
So it's really just executing now, but it's just so easy to get sidetracked with house projects and you
Hmm.
name it. But I brought, was able to throw together this. I think I've mentioned before, one of the first things I need to do is figure out the mechanicals so that when I go to finalize the body work, it's, I don't cut more holes than I need to in the
Hmm.
body work that I've slaved over.
Yeah.
So I threw together, this is just a mock up of what I think the steering knuckle will look like.
Cool.
So that the angle is, I think I mentioned before, I'm going to use like an Ackerman angle, which is what
Hmm.
when to maybe to people that have never heard that before. When you're in a car and you turn the wheel, obviously the inner wheel has to turn sharper than the outer wheel so that it follows the arc around without
Hmm.
dragging or pushing one tire compared to the other.
Yeah.
So you can achieve that by having the angle of this is the axle that the wheel is going to go on, and then I'm going to have two steering linkages. One's going to be attached to the steering wheel, and the other one's going to be on the front for like a wagon pull bar,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so I can pull him in, or I can pull him into like a wagon, or
Hmm.
he can steer.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
that's the
cool.
plan anyway. I threw all this together just to see if it would work, and I think I'm going to need to make like a jig so that it's really important. That angle is important, and then it's important, obviously, that that's a 90-degree.
Hmm.
Something that I did that I was like, I want to build, I'm going to make it the best, the highest quality that I possibly can. So this is all stainless,
Oh.
which there's such small pieces and such small quantities that it wasn't that expensive.
Hmm.
But I didn't think about how difficult it was going to be to work with stainless.
Okay.
And it's not too bad. The welder, of course, the TIG welder, no problem, can handle stainless, no big deal. But I needed to tap. I had to tap, put threads on the end,
Hmm.
and then of course bend the 90s.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was doable. I did it, but
So
yeah, I'm glad
I
I practiced first.
yeah, and I don't know much about like metal shaping and any of that stuff. So when you have stainless steel treated metal, does that change the hardness of the steel?
I don't know. I guess I don't know what the technical term of it is, but it's stainless isn't harder, but it's definitely what I would say is tougher.
Okay.
So if you had like, so this is quarter-inch rod,
Hmm.
you're gonna have a lot harder time bending this than you would just mild steel.
Okay.
And is it harder? Technically, the term harder, I don't know that that's true, but it's definitely tougher. It's definitely resists being bent more.
Hmm.
It's definitely more difficult to work with.
When they do the stainless process, is it a heat-based process or is it just like dip in chemicals to make
This
it
is just
stainless?
the alloy. I mean, this is like, I can't remember what grade of stainless it is, but it's solid stainless. It's not dipped or coated. It's just
Oh, yeah,
straight
they're
stainless steel.
showing my ignorance on everything. I that makes sense when they produce the steel, the
Yeah,
entire thing is stainless. Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all these, I'm yeah. I guess the quarter-inch wasn't too bad to deal with. I have a little rod bender that I used that made it pretty easy.
Hmm.
But then there's this bigger one that's, I can't remember what the size this bigger one was, but I had to put that thread on there.
Hmm.
And I bought a die of the right size, like a tap and die set, and I got it done. I'm gonna have to do two more, but it was it was an adventure. It got me to the point where I was like, why? Why did I do stainless? It's a kid's toy. Like it doesn't need to be. It's never gonna see rain. I just wanted to make it. I'm not planning on painting that particular
Hmm.
part, so I was like,
Hmm.
well, I want it to look pristine forever and always. So why not
Hmm.
stainless?
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'll be happy with my decision when it's done. But when you're fighting it, it's like, you idiot.
Yeah. We're pot committed now, so you
Yeah.
have
Well,
to.
yeah. Now I bought like 6 feet of stainless quarter-inch rod. That's
Hmm.
it's gonna get used,
Yeah, that's cool.
but it's under there somewhere. Figuring out cockpit openings and stuff like that. I'm walking the line between, I want it to look good, just sitting there without a kid in it,
Yeah.
and I want it to be usable. So
Hmm.
I'm going back and forth with some different cockpit opening. The smaller the cockpit opening, the better it looks because there's more surface area of the car.
Hmm.
But he needs to be able to get in and out of it, and
As he
he's
grows
going to be
too, right?
3, so
Yeah.
he's not going to be like, well, he's just clumsy. He's going to pile into it or jump into it, and
Yeah.
so I don't need him tripping, getting out of it or into it or
Hmm.
anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of slow going. I'm trying not to panic too much about. I need to make some real progress here real fast,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, it's coming
it's
along,
part of it.
right? Get the architecture down and start going.
Yeah, it's been so long that I've like welded the thin aluminum that I probably need to dig up some scrap pieces and glue them
Hmm.
together and shake off the dust.
Is your English wheel back at your house, or is that
It's
still
not. It's
our friends?
still, yeah. That's the other thing. This weekend, maybe I'll do that. I've got more parts to the sprint car that I need to go get, and the English wheel is the big one that I need to
Yeah,
get it back. Where is it going to go? I don't know.
yeah. How big
In
is
here
it? Is it
somewhere.
like a, I mean, it's full size like English wheel, or
It's
is it a desktop or shop top?
it's a bench top one from Mittler
Bench top.
Brothers.
Okay.
It's it's the perfect size for me and my ability right now.
Hmm.
It's the Yeah, it's the perfect size for honestly a pedal car, motorcycle gas tank, some fenders, stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
If and when I get to working on the aluminum body of a car that I could fit in, either the sprint car or anything else, it's probably going to be pretty small, but there's things you can do to accommodate it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, otherwise, anything bigger, it's going to take up a major chunk of floor space in here,
Yeah.
which I'm not
Yeah.
ready to give up just yet.
Sure. Yeah. Keep baby steps, get in the shop where you want it for what it is.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Yeah, this weekend I've got the autocross event, and fingers
Oh,
crossed
you
it
are?
doesn't. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain this weekend. We've there's a tropical, like, it's not a tropical storm. I forget, depression, I think might be what it's called. It's parked like east of South Carolina, Georgia, or South Carolina.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. Geography's tough. Georgia, yeah, yeah. So like Atlantic Ocean. And dude, it's been raining so much here. So
Really?
it's supposed to be moving out. The only other thing we have to deal with is uh, I think it's the Sahara dust storm that's coming over from Africa and gonna just shit dust on or sand on us. I guess it happens every year. So
Between the
uh,
rain and the sand, you're going to have a beachfront property.
oh, it's gonna be great. We're not in Arizona, but
Will they just
yeah.
cancel it outright if it's going to be bad weather?
Uh, no, I don't. It's rained a lot when I've been there before. So they run in the rain for sure. There's and it's sketchy as hell because I don't have windshield wipers. And so basically
Oh,
I like squeegee right before and I hop in and I go.
you get some Rain X.
Oh yeah, oh that for sure. Rain X. Which funny story when I drag raced a while back, the dude was trying to write the number on the window or windshield. And he's like, "You motherfucker! Like, how dare you? You know, like, give me a hard time for putting Rain-X on my windshield." I'm
Like,
like,
I ain't
"Hey,
got no
man,
wipers
no wipers, you know." But
because race car.
yeah, exactly. But no, it's supposed to clear up, so I think we'll be okay for weather. So yeah, with all the moving stuff, I at least get to still go autocrossing on Sunday, so that'll be fun.
So uh, have you done anything that wasn't there the last time you autocrossed? Is there any like adjustments you made or?
Nope, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time and not do anything different, adjustment wise to the car. Because like I said, I still can't. I was making time every run. So
Mhm.
until I can, the way I would justify it is if I had a morning session in the dry that was consistent, like I knew I was getting as much as I could out of the car and like I was within a couple tenths timing wise.
Yeah.
Um, but it's how it is right now for me, just based on the learning curve that I'm on. It's every run I'm like, I can go a little further. I can drive it in a little deeper. I can, you know, hit the slaloms faster. So I don't think I would make any time if I was adjusting because I'm not at the limit yet.
Yeah. Is that frustrating not having the same course? Like, do you wish that you could go back to the same course a month later and be a little bit wiser and better?
Yeah. I so I love autocross and I haven't done a track day, so I don't want to like get ahead of that. But the most frustrating thing is, and this is what everyone says, like you want to be able to like know the course with your eyes shut before you even start your first run.
Sure.
And when I get done with events, like driving home going to sleep, waking up the next day, daydreaming. I can I can like take you through the course in my head like to a T.
Yeah.
And so that where I'm at on that steep learning curve is that's got to happen way faster. Like,
Mhm.
I need to be able to never run the course and just know it, from walking it
Yeah.
to that level. Because uh, you know, if you're trying to remember the course as you're going through and you're like head, kind of pointed at the hood of your car and you're like waiting for those cones to show up, you're never going to be good. You have to trust that you remembered what's right in front of you and your eyes have to be like looking up or like looking at the next, if you're like turning back around to go the other direction,
Hmm.
you know, trust your hands to do the right thing because your body remembers the course and you're looking at like how to set up for the next element,
Yeah.
which is really
Have
hard.
you have you noticed that I don't know how to say this. Is there the people that set the courses up, have you noticed like unique styles? Is it, I guess so
Yeah.
maybe a leading question would be, is it the same guy that sets the course up every time?
No, they switch it up a little bit. The good thing about our club is we have a lot of people that go out to Omaha, which is where they do the nationals, and then
Hmm.
they come back, and our setup is very similar to the Omaha nationals in terms of it being an airfield, wide
Right.
open, no light poles or anything. And so when they go to nationals and they see kind of what's expected at the end of the year to be very, very good and compete for the top, trophy,
Yeah.
they'll bring those concepts back and
Okay.
and incorporate it in. So I've not done it enough to know like, hey, this person designed the course. This is what I expect it to look like. I
Yeah.
don't know them enough, and I won't because I have two events here left before we move. Um, but I would say our club is probably one of the best suited to be prepared to go to the nationals.
Mm.
Um, you go to Kill Care and it's very small,
Yeah.
condensed in a small
It's in a
area.
probably a parking lot.
Yeah, but I mean, the speeds at I'm achieving like 60-ish miles an hour. The prepared guys are, they're 70, 80 probably. Like
Oh,
it's
really?
they're yeah. Some of those the layout of the course is just so long that
Hmm.
you can develop some pretty high speeds.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you like were walking a course and you'd be like, it's got Bob's name written all over it.
Yeah.
He's up to his bullshit again.
No, they did have the last course was cool, um, with that kind of hairpin at the turnaround point. For the most part, though, everyone is like out and back, and then like
Mm.
there's different ways to do that, but you kind of have to do that based
Yeah.
on location. But yeah, I'm excited for doing track days because I can sim and I can practice, and
Yeah,
like
you could.
that
Yeah, I
seems
mean,
fun to me.
you could listen to other people talk about it too, other
Hmm.
podcasts or YouTube videos, or
Yeah,
you could listen to IMSA drivers talk about some
yeah,
tracks.
yeah.
Uh,
So I think there's pros and cons. They always talk about how autocross drivers, you kind of there is a lot of benefit in my opinion, getting the like anxious. You're always going to be anxious before you're on a track day, but like getting those jitters, used to those jitters, I guess, before you
yeah.
run. It's not that you're scared. You just want to like do well, and you know,
Yeah, I mean, just the adrenaline rush and like,
yeah, and like make sure your helmet's right next to you and you're like strapped in and nobody's waiting on you to finish buckling
yeah,
your seatbelt, as the
yeah,
dude's like say, come on, man, let go.
yeah,
So
etiquette and
yeah, etiquette, yeah, it's the big one. It's just like, getting used to that mentality is going to be beneficial, I think. But there's so much more I just don't know. Even with autocross, like, I just need to keep doing it, get more
yeah,
experience.
yeah. It
But
sounds fun. It's definitely something I'd do someday. It's not very high on my priority list with everything else going on, but
mhm.
like we talked about when you're in town, the barrier to entry is just so high for like a track day
Yeah.
that to do it as frequently as you could be doing autocross is just the financial burden would be huge by comparison.
Yeah. I wonder though, like if somebody has done the math on, uh, you know, you don't do a lot of actual driving at an autocross event, but
Right.
you're right, it's more frequent, once a month
Yeah.
for way cheaper. But I
Yeah.
wonder if you like spread it out over a year. Let's say you did like three track day events or four maybe, like over a year. That might be something to compare to be like how much actual seat time do you get comparatively if you run like 12 events a year for autocross in the South, because it doesn't really end
Yeah.
compared to very few track days, but with like longer sessions.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a wash or if it's like you just I wonder which one gets more track time, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Like hour, like minutes on the track or hours on the
Yeah,
track.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
Just without nothing to back this up, I would guess track days, but
I
I
think
think a
so.
better, it depends. To me, just at this point in my life where money is everything. So a better question would be dollars per minute on the
Yeah.
track.
Yeah, because then you could say like what type
It'd
of
be a
track
different
day are you,
story.
what type of track day are you having? Is it a HPDE or are you just going
Yeah.
to like SCCA Track Night in America, just hitting laps and having fun?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think back to when did a couple track days. I wanted to go fast and I wanted to do it obviously safely and learn some driving techniques.
yeah,
In hindsight, autocross could have scratched that itch for given the car I was in and how much money I had at my disposal. I spent a chunk of my savings when I was still in college, so I didn't really have
yeah,
any income.
yeah.
So I was literally saving lunch money and blew it all on a helmet and a couple track days. And I'd do it again, but I'm like, dang, autocross probably could have scratched that itch and left me with a little to play
Yeah,
with. But
yeah. I don't know. We'll see if I can actually get this thing trackable. I have a feeling that I'm going to once I get so like I've mentioned it before, but it's brakes, um, what should I say? Brakes and manual gearbox are like the two requirements before I can do a track day.
yeah,
One, because I'm on drums, I'm on drums, and two, you just can't do that with a automatic. Like, I mean, you can safely,
good.
probably
People
not.
do it.
Yeah,
I don't know
not
about. I mean, if you're doing people might poo poo on you.
well. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is at the gear ratio I'm at, if I'm
Oh,
diving
sure.
into a corner and I'm trying to downshift from third to
I got
second,
you. Yeah.
my big fear is not being able to control that wheel
Yeah.
lock.
I forgot you
Uh,
had the what'd you say, like 373s or something on the back?
410.
Oh, you are 410s. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
forgot. You're still
yeah,
transitioning
we're still transitioning.
from hot
So
rod to
yeah,
left and right.
yeah. So once that occurs, I'm worried that I'm going to just go stupid all in to track days. Like,
I think, yeah, you're going to be hooked for sure.
yeah. And
And
my cousin Adam does the grid life stuff, and I'm gonna talk to him, and then he's gonna be like, "Dude, do it," and then I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I know," and I'll do it, and then soon enough, this thing won't be street legal. Yeah.
no, so if you ever get to that point, let's talk because a good way to soften that financial burden is to go halvesies
Mm. On a Miata.
on it. Yeah, you name it.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not a snob. We'll see. It's all daydreams, but
yeah.
hanging out,
No,
being there, and seeing. It's obviously there's plenty of people that do it in a really budget minded way. So
yeah,
never say
yeah,
never.
for sure. There's a Facebook page. and I've drawn a blank on it, but it's basically it's like Facebook marketplace for track day cars, and all
Mm,
they do is sell, they buy and sell, uh, anything from very, very high end, like former IMSA cars, all the way to
yeah,
like shitbox Miatas that are, racing seat and nothing else in the interior.
yeah,
So, but it is such a rabbit hole to get stuck into because you're like, oh man, yeah, 4,500 bucks. Yeah, yeah. Oh, $8,000 get you a turnkey, like, and
yeah.
oh man,
That's
it's
what
bad.
they go like. So I love building things. Obviously, that really, really, it's a huge interest of mine between
Hmm.
metal shaping and welding and all that. But it's hard to ignore the fact everybody tells you it, but if you're a fabricator or an engineer, it doesn't always stick. And that the best thing to do is buy something ready to go.
Hmm.
Obviously, make sure it's put together really well. You don't want it to be dangerous, but the amount, and especially now that we're grown ups and have other obligations, it's the time. It's
Yeah.
such a time sink. Anything that you have to do yourself, sure, will be loads, potentially loads cheaper,
Hmm.
but the time investment is just massive.
Yeah. And that's why this thing, I mean, uh, uh, it's just so turnkey at the moment that I'm trying,
You're
to
just trying
just,
to keep it that way.
yeah, just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
I didn't end up, just side note, I was installing the MSD box, uh, and, I was trying to rush because of this picture I was trying to take. Uh, and we were on leave, or I was out of town, doing the house hunting. So we got back from Ohio or Kentucky, St. Louis, that whole trip, and it was like that was Monday night. Tuesday, I was like, shit, I have to get this picture taken on Thursday with the car. And the MSD box, I hadn't touched it since our last podcast. And
Right.
so I like crammed it together just to see if it'd work. And I ended up running ground for one of the wires to the chassis and not to the engine. And they
Mm,
wanted it to the engine block or head or anything.
sure.
So it didn't work. And I was like, "Fuck, why is this not working?" And it was hot and late. And I was like, you know what? I could put this thing back together in 20 minutes. So I just, basically detached all the wires that I had spent time messing around with. And then the next day I was, rereading the wiring diagram and I'm like, oh shit. It's the wrong ground. All I had to do was
You,
change the ground from the chassis to the engine and it would have worked.
do you ever realize that kind of stuff while you're at work?
Yeah, I don't remember where I was for this one, but yeah, a lot.
That
Yeah.
I can't, that drives me nuts. I'll be sitting there doing something or talking to somebody and then just have like an epiphany. And it's like, now I gotta wait. It's not even lunchtime yet. I gotta wait 5 hours before I can get home.
Yeah.
Or it's
I
like, dang,
think,
I wish I would have had a picture so I could go back and be like, yeah, that is out of place. I did put it, the wire in the wrong spot or something like that.
yeah. For me, it's work for sure, but like if I'm just hanging out with my wife and then I realize it, dude, that special time with your spouse, out the window. Like I'm on my phone, like trying to figure it out, zooming in on old pictures, and or like I'll be like, hey, it's a commercial. I'll be right back, and I'll like hop out here.
Oh, out to the garage, look at stuff.
Yeah, like okay, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that next time. I'll hop back inside.
An hour later. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Here's
exactly.
the car start up. What the hell?
What the hell's going on here? So, but
That's
yeah,
funny.
so keeping it roadworthy is important. But to your point, like getting a track day car that isn't a project, something
Yeah.
that's ready to go.
And that
So
I feel you with the turnkey thing. That's one reason I'm really pumped about the bug coming available when it did was, I want nothing more than to build this sprint car replica or tribute. But realistically, I'm budgeting myself years to
mhm.
get it done.
Yeah,
Done anyway. And it's like I want to enjoy the car, like classic cars and my hobby with the family while they're little and still think, dad's cool.
yeah,
And they're that 3 years, 4 years to get the sprint car done. It's like, well, now this totally fills that void. This is perfect. Saying I totally feel you. I want to keep it when the weather's nice. I want to be able to hop in it, turn the key,
Yep.
cruise, go get ice cream or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of the total opposite of all this, so my dad's still working on a 65 Coronet, the race car that
Oh,
he's
is he?
got. Yeah.
But
Which
I mean, that happens. That's like
yeah.
the quintessential car guy story. I'm gonna fix it up one of these days or do that. And
Yeah. And
now that you're in it, you start to understand why. Like you name it, something
oh,
happens to the house, or you got to move. You
for
especially getting deployed or now moving, and
for sure.
it's like you
And
just
it's the car behind me, the only reason it's done is because his car got kicked to the farm field and put a tarp over it. And
yeah,
so, like I gave him a hard time, but no, so when I don't know if I told you when we were hanging out at our friend's house, um, but the 440 is back to the house. So it's like, and I don't know how much have we talked about his car. Do you know? Have
not
we?
not not never on here.
Okay, yeah. I'll tease it. We can go
Yeah,
into more details next time because there's probably there's more to it for sure. She's got a 65 Dodge Coronet 500. Um, it's a full, uh, full roll bar, full caged car. It'll be kind of like, it won't be a gasser or like an altered wheelbase car, but if you can imagine in your head, like the altered wheelbase
yeah,
60s drag cars,
yeah.
that's what it's like. So he's had it for, uh, longer than I've been born. I think they got it like right out of high school.
Oh,
But
nice.
it's always been the project. Like I
In
remember
pieces.
being, yeah, I remember being like 5 or 6 years old, like sanding the roll bar to paint it, and
Yeah,
then it got to the point of like it was running, it could stop on its own, and I was like in seventh grade, and then the Camaro got, we were like, okay, let's do this project, and so then I was like, okay, we'll
yeah. He's
just
like,
put it in,
well,
yeah, yeah, time spent with me to build the car makes total sense. Put
yeah.
the car out in the field, we'll get to it, and here we are. I've owned this car for 21 years, and so he now has it back to his house, and
Ready
he
to.
built a, yeah, he built a pretty freaking gnarly 440. Uh, it should be it should be like 11 second car, I think, with some more love, could be
Yeah,
creeping down there in the low 11s. So,
I'm I'm pumped. I have a soft spot for Mopar. I'm not a full blown Mopar guy, but
mhm.
something about the 440s. It's got to be one of my top 10 favorite engines.
Oh, the
Period.
sound,
Internal combustion engines. Period.
and the sound is just
Yeah,
God. You can't beat it, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, so we got to work on that a little bit while I was home, so that was fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm hoping to get back more now that we're going to be closer. Um, like there's a lot of people helping them try to get it across the finish line.
Nice.
But you can throw money at it as all you want. Like it's just doing the thing, and it.
Yeah.
But I think to your point, to wrap up this part of the conversation, like I did not appreciate, my dad, he's a mechanic, so like growing
Hmm.
up, he was wiped. Like, could you imagine working like a
Oh,
nine or
and
ten
then to
hour
come home
day?
and do basically the exact same thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey dad, let's go wrench on this car. And, you
Yeah.
know, I, I'm pretty much an office job. Like I got an office job, and I come home and I'm like, I can't stay awake. Like
Yeah.
you know, I just can't do it. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of sympathy, empathy for my
Yeah.
dad.
You owe him a thank you now.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to help him as much as I can getting this Coronet, not on the road, on the drag strip. It probably won't be street legal.
Yeah, it doesn't
Um,
sound like it.
no, no. But I mean, the ultimate goal is to run these things together down the strip.
Oh,
That will be
that'd be the
uh
race of the century right there.
oh man. Yeah. You want to talk about like having something to keep us accountable? Yours is the pedal card in the sprint car. Mine is have my dad get his Coronet done so we can, you know, have just a really, really cool moment. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But
Excellent.
yeah, well, man, I think it's probably a good time to wrap it up. I
Yeah.
This doesn't show the sweat and the humidity that I'm feeling right now. It
Yeah,
is,
I'm a little sparkly too myself, and it's
yeah,
a thunderstorm
sparkly.
just a
Yeah,
thunderstorm just rolled through. So
yeah. Well, for everyone
yeah,
listening, I think if you made it this far, I'm hoping your feedback on, I guess this is episode 7, so 5 and 6 are really good. I think this one was a really good episode. So, I think we're starting to get a stride going, and you know, I
yeah,
think the rhythm is fun. I'm excited to do these every week or every other week. So
yeah.
cool,
It's always
man.
good talking to you.
Yeah, dude. Well, till next time, I will come back with an autocross update, and you'll have a pedal cart that's
Oh, please,
r
I better have something
rolling.
done.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you later.